Early lanterns, used by people far and wide, were made of metal and glass and used to shield a candle. Nowadays, lanterns have many symbolic and celebratory uses besides providing a light source. Many cultures, like Spain and China, incorporate lanterns into their holiday festivities. Hello, welcome to Holiday TV. I'm Vienna, and I'm here with Trent Huang, and he is a research scientist at UCSB, and he's here to talk with us about his job and some of his holiday traditions. So welcome. I just wanted to ask you, tell me a little bit more about your job.
I work with nanochannels for DNA separation. What that is a new way to do DNA sequencing really fast.
That's cool. You were telling me earlier that if you're looking for a criminal in the airport, then to get a DNA sample, it usually takes a while.
Yeah.
So your job is
to
you basically speed up the process.
Hopefully revolutionize that technology and speed up the process by more than 10 times.
That's so great. That'll be great for criminal investigations and everything.
Many things.
Yeah.
Fraternity suits.
Great. Awesome. Well, do you involve your job and your work with the holidays, or is it more?
That's one of the things that we're trying to get, more and more into our daily routines. Mm-hmm. We have people from all over the world in our group. We have
that's great.
Chinese, Indian, Danish, Colombian.
Oh, wow.
We have quite a few international in our group, so we're going to start incorporating cultural exchange into our daily routines.
That's really great. That'll be interesting to see everyone's input into the holidays. Yeah. So I know you grew up in China and you celebrated the Spring Festival. Tell us a little bit more about that festival.
Spring Festival is also called Chinese New Year, which is based on a lunar calendar. It's usually around the end of January to mid-February.
Oh, great. How long does that celebration last?
It's typically from 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh my God.
With activities planned for every single day.
Oh my gosh. So, what kind of activities, do you guys have? I mean, eating, drinking?
I'm sure this is common with many cultures. At the very beginning of the celebration is Chinese family gathering. So people from, family members from all over the world, or all over China, would try to get back together and have a big dinner, a feast. And that's the night before the Chinese New Year. And then right around midnight, that's when the firecrackers are getting ready. So we would have usually about a couple of minutes of silence. Anticipation. And as soon as it hits the midnight, the bell sounds. Everybody's going to be, basically there's going to be 15 minutes of firecrackers.
Madness.
Yeah, it's total madness. You're not going to be able to hear anything for 15 minutes.
Firecrackers everywhere.
Yep, exactly.
That's great.
And then afterwards, the day after is typically is when families get together and they visit their relatives, their family members, their friends, all together.
And you said that happens just for days and days afterwards.
Usually it lasts about a week or so. The most important family members or most important friends get visits during the first or second day.
Yeah. So if you get visited on the 6th or 7th day.
You know how important you are.
Nice. Well, that sounds so exciting. We don't, here in America, we don't have the Spring Festival traditions, like that. So do you go back to China, or what do you do when you're here in the States and That's not very prominent.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to continue with that tradition here in the United States because, well, it's just not been celebrated that often. But we try to keep some of the tradition alive by holding mini festivals sometimes. For example, one thing I haven't really talked about is something called a Lantern Festival.
Yeah.
Which is the 2 weeks after the Chinese New Year. That's when we have, in China, we would have thousands of lanterns just put up on that particular night. Thousands of people would come in and just enjoy the scene of, hundreds of thousands of lanterns. Yeah, little girls would have their own very girlish,
little
pinkish
pink ones.
Lanterns. Yep. And little boys would have their muscular, their very very masculine design of lanterns.
That's great.
Yep,
so all different types.
Yep.
And that just happens all night long? Just lanterns are out?
So if you visit Chinatowns in San Francisco or LA, you can actually still see some of it. There would be lanterns, but not nearly as many, of course.
As magnificent a scene as
so some Chinese families in the United States would actually put up lanterns at their door as well. Still, like, even though it's not the same magnitude, if you actually see those lanterns, it still brings me back to the old times.
Oh, we should start it. We need to get that tradition going. Sure. That sounds amazing. Well, thank you so much for being here. And
thank you.
Those traditions sound great, and it's nice to hear something different besides a Christmas tree, or
It's very similar, actually.
Yeah,
it's our Christmas.
We're all the same, and it's about spending time with family.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.